This is the playbook. I was just having this conversation recently with Bill O'Reilly. So the first is, you're a kook, you're a quack. Kennedy eats dogs. That's my favorite because it's just the most ridiculous. And that was in Newsweek. And when that doesn't work, then they sue you into the ground.
Mhm.
And when that doesn't work, the alternative is quite scary. Not to be conspiracy theorists, but we've seen it come to violence in some cases for people who are influential, moving the needle in directions certain parties may not like. And you've definitely gone through two of the three. God forbid there's a third, which also leads me to believe, where there's smoke, there's fire. I've been a victim of number one. Just the most insane lies and smears and pejoratives that are ridiculous. And it's unfortunate because people sometimes believe it. But then there's the ones that are smart enough that don't. And that's the great news, like Rogan, for example. It is 11 million person audience. Now, I got to ask you, we're going to jump right to the heart of the matter here. What is your position on vaccines? And then I want to get into the nitty gritty, just broad strokes, top line, because this is the most and can you then from that point start breaking down COVID shots versus things on the schedule or that were that are currently on the schedule and so on. So just vaccines, broad strokes.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
Prior to the pandemic, I was your, mainstream, cooperative, compliant doctor. All my kids got all their shots. I remember being upset because my pediatrician couldn't see one of my kids to get his 3-month shots on time. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to be delayed. And no questions at all about the vaccines, which really makes me mad now that I was not a very critical thinker. So, COVID, I saw things, I saw the dark side of vaccinations, and now I would definitely do things differently. I did have a position prior to COVID that, okay, if you're sick, you shouldn't get any vaccines because it's just an overload on your immune system.
Of course, right.
But other than that, I really didn't have any concerns. But now, I basically have been reading up on everything and realized that none of them have gone through the same safety standards that traditional pharmaceutical products go through. So they don't go through these placebo-controlled trials. And they don't go through trials where they're, you give 4 antigens or 5 antigens in one day, and what happens then? So I've done a 180 on them at this point. And my kids are older now, but if they were younger, I would be very nervous about giving them these shots. I'm not saying that they're all horrible, and I haven't seen the immediate side effects. I do think there's a link with the autism, but I haven't, with the COVID shots, I'm seeing immediate. And I'm not a pediatrician, so I know there are moms who have seen this immediate shutdown of their kids after their routine immunizations. But in terms of where it's a little gray, but with the COVID shots, I'm seeing people that were just adults, primarily some teenagers, perfectly healthy, and then bam, just completely lives destroyed.
Yep.
I've never seen anything like this with any other product on the market. And I've, in my career, I have seen products come and go. I've seen some antibiotics and pain medications that were, safe and effective. And then all of a sudden they're pulled off the market. But even with those, I didn't see what I'm seeing with these COVID shots. And I see it every day. I saw 2 patients today, 4 or 5 years later.
Channel the fresh start energy of the new year and finally launch your business. 2026 is the year you rewrite your story. You own your future and you make your entrepreneurial dreams come true. Start your business with Shopify in 2026 and become who you're meant to be. My wife actually just started a Shopify account for her clothing company because Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made this leap, from household names to first-time business owners just getting started. Shopify gives you all the tools to easily build your dream store. You can choose from hundreds of beautiful templates that you can customize to match your brand. Setup is fast with Shopify's built-in AI tools, the right product descriptions and headlines, and to help you edit product photos. Marketing is built in as well. You can create email and social media campaigns that reach customers
wherever they scroll. And as you grow, Shopify grows with you. Handle more orders and expand to new markets and do it all from the same dashboard. So in 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Jillian. Just go to shopify.com/Jillian. That's shopify.com/Jillian. And hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side. When it comes to holiday gifting, I want to give people things that they'll really love. I want them beautiful, timeless. I want pieces they'll wear for years. And that's why I go with Quince. From Mongolian cashmere sweaters to Italian wool coats, everything is premium quality and at a price that actually makes sense. Quince has something for everyone. I mean, I just mentioned those soft Mongolian cashmere sweaters for $50 only that look and feel like designer pieces. They've got silk tops and skirts for dressing up, perfectly cut denim for dressing down, and outerwear that actually keeps you warm but looks amazing. As mentioned, those Italian wool coats, they're standout pieces. They're beautifully tailored, soft to the touch, and they're crafted to last for seasons. And that's because every piece is made with premium materials from ethical, trusted factories, priced far below what other luxury brands charge. And here's why: because they cut out the middleman and they pass on that savings to you. And the craftsmanship shows in every detail: stitching, the fit, the drape. It's elevated and it's made to wear on repeat. All of my pieces from Quince, I've worn season after season after season, including this awesome sweater I'm wearing right now. Find gifts so good, you're going to want to keep them with Quince. Just go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Jillian to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian.
I mean, it's astounding to me that these things are still being given to people. For example, here's a classic patient I saw, I think it was last week. She's 50 years old, teacher, marathon runner, gets 2 shots, had some severe swelling under her arm after the second shot. Now her right arm will not stop shaking 4 years later. And she's gone to numerous doctors, and the doctors will not even entertain the possibility that it could have anything to do with the COVID shot. So, I mean, she's going around doctor, and everybody's like, oh, there's nothing, we don't know why this has happened. We're baffled. It's that sort of thing, especially with when people are shaking and they're just sitting right in front of you and they were perfectly healthy and then they get these shots and you're like, well, yeah. And it's bad because we don't have good tests. So these people, they'll get an MRI, they'll get a bunch of blood work, everything will look normal. And for some reason, medicine has moved to this, you have to have a test to confirm the diagnosis. Like there's so much emphasis on testing and there's much less emphasis on the history and physical exam. And there's this weird mindset now where you can't prescribe anything unless you got the test to confirm it. And unfortunately, with these vaccine injured patients, the only tests that I have found have been consistently helpful is looking at their spike protein antibody levels. Wow. It's a little bit muddy because we don't have a great way to measure actual spike protein in the blood. So we have to look at antibody levels. And, your antibodies are going to go up with infection and they're going to go up with the shots. That's normal and you expect that. But I'm seeing just this dramatic difference. So in patients that got the COVID shots, and I actually intend on going this weekend and updating my information because it's been a couple of months, but patients who got the shots, on average, their spike protein antibody level is 13,000. In patients that did not get the shots, their spike protein antibody level is 1,300. So it's 10 times greater. And this is 4 years after the shot. So these antibody levels would come down after time. The concern is that because the way these products were designed, they're designed so your body produces a spike protein. That's how they're designed. Right. So we could be seeing this unlimited production of spike protein. The other concern is that once the spike protein is made, that it can't be broken down because it has something called pseudouridine, which is a sort of a stabilizer. So it's not meant, it's to keep it from being broken down to generate more of a heartier immune response. The problem is we don't have a single study showing that the body's capable of breaking down pseudouridine. So we obviously we need more research. And that's another huge frustration of mine, because so much of this is just trial and error, and talking to other doctors who are like-minded, but there's so few of us out there. We really need the NIH to step up, and I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. In terms of efficacy, I think the biggest marker for me, the biggest tell for me, is that the first hospital in the country to mandate these shots, and that was Houston Methodist, where I had privileges, and they did it April 1st, 2021. They did it 5 months before Biden. They really paved the way for the rest of the country. And so they came after me because I challenged that. But they never shared their efficacy data, right? So they're sitting on, they have 30, 40,000 employees. They never shared, okay, how many of these of our employees didn't get sick, didn't stay in the hospital, or look at their hospitalized patients. Why didn't they share that information? And, I was doing testing as well. And so I was tracking patients, vaccinated versus unvaccinated. And so the patients that came in, what I found is that the unvaccinated outnumbered the vaccinated and were just as sick, if not sicker. And I actually went to Methodist because I had a good relationship with them initially. We were doing research together. And I said, hey, what's going on? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? And they said, well, we just think it lowers the severity of the disease. And yet they never shared their data.
All right, guys, if you like this clip and you want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want more content like this, you can subscribe to the show by clicking here.